Hello!
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode
of Truth in Her podcast.
And today we are going to be talking about red flags. Big ones.
I wonder how loud that was. Sorry for anybody listening in their earbuds, because that might have been really loud.
Yeah, but basically what we did is we both wrote down some of our biggest red flags.
Yes, it's going to be like the trends episode. You know, we're going to go back and forth.
Exactly. And we're just going to go back and forth and talk about it and why we feel that way. And it's going to be kind of a fun one. So
yeah,
strap up.
I think it's pretty easy to tell when somebody's not like genuine, when somebody's not sincere.
Yeah.
And this can all come up in little ways,
and maybe we all have different ones, you know, like maybe you know, our needs are different when
our needs are different, and then and we respond to fear differently.
Like I know when I never started having real relationship and good connections, I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what red flags to look out for, but now I'm like,
I had no idea.
Now I'm like, I know that is wrong. I don't want that. I don't want that. Boundaries.
Yep. Literally. Literally, like as soon as somebody does something, I'm like, oh no thank you.
Yep.
No thank you.
See ya.
Yep. Exactly.
But yeah, that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So Maddie, do you want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, so something that I need personally is something I don't like at all is being vague about plans. I hate when I don't understand the plans, when I don't understand what's happening. I like to be very on the same page with somebody.
Okay.
And to be moving in the same direction with someone. That was like my biggest reason as to why I ended my last relationship. I just couldn't, I didn't know what our future looked like.
Clear communication?
Yep, I needed clear communication.
Oh, I totally get that.
Like 100%. And I think when a man leaves me when I don't have to ask any questions. I like when I don't need any other clarification. They just say what
They're the calculator. They calculate it up.
Exactly. They tell me everything, and I just can go, okay.
Yeah. Literally.
And then I feel so led, and I'll
let's have a plan.
Fall into your arms.
Let's have a goal.
Exactly. Let's go together. Figure it all out, and
let's communicate. Let's be on the same page.
You know, if you want me there, tell me. Let's do it. I'm there, but you gotta let me know.
Yeah, let's be a team. Let's be a unit.
Yeah.
Let's work together as partners.
Right.
Let's not have our own ideas and branch off away from each other.
Right. We're moving together, aren't we?
Let's move together.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, you know, when it gets really elementary and young, being vague about plans, it can you kind of start to wonder what are they valuing? Is it, you know, are they scared to be sometimes even in just friendships, are they scared to you know, hang out? Are they scared to
Are they scared to tell you what they actually think? They actually want?
Yeah.
You know, are they keeping things to themselves?
Right. It can come from fear. It can come from not even knowing. It can come from it's always about they understand that their future looks uncertain too.
Yeah.
So then they
work together.
Yeah. So they don't know themselves. So then they don't know how to tell you. But I like a man and a friend who knows where we're going, knows what the path is, and we're gonna be able. Because if there's no plan, you can't work on anything. There's no plan. There's no friendship. Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Yeah.
I totally get that one.
Yeah.
You got to be on the same page.
Exactly.
You know. Okay, one of mine is going to be, who do you follow? You know, the girls that you follow, what kind of celebrities do you follow? What kind of, you know, things are you tuning in on your phone?
Who are your teachers? You know, who are your idols? Who are you, you know, who are you looking up to?
Exactly.
Who are you surrounding yourself with?
Exactly. There's no way I'm going to be interested in a guy who's following all these butt models on Instagram.
Exactly.
And giving into all that temptation.
Right. Or all their friends are just beer drinkers every weekend, or
talking nasty.
Even if the guy himself is he talks good about women and but if his friends are like that, no. Or
you know, his friends or him used to go out and hook up with random girls, one night stands.
Yep. No.
I'm good. And it's I'm sorry, but if you're liking other girls' pictures on Instagram, especially models and stuff,
even following them,
you're basically just telling me you're not interested.
Yeah, literally.
You know, tell me you're not loyal.
You should only have eyes for me.
That's such a true depiction of your loyalty.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, grow up.
Right, exactly.
Like,
it's so
we gotta
true.
be loyal.
It's so true.
Like, what kind of celebrities do you like? And, like, who are your idols? Who are your teachers? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like what are you filling your life
God
with?
above everything else?
Exactly.
You know, like,
if you're following anything but God, like if you put anything above God, it's not good.
Yeah, because think about it. They're liking a girl's picture on Instagram with, like, her body out.
They're looking at that and being like, oh yeah, that looks good. They're genuinely, that's what's going through their head.
Literally. Like, what's the difference of that same girl coming up to you on the street? Are you going to put your hand all over her? Are you going to tell her that she looks pretty? That's basically the same thing that's going on, but over your screen.
Exact same thing.
And, like, those, when they're doing that, and when you're doing that, like, that's just going into your subconscious telling you, oh, you know, she's not my number one.
Yeah.
Like, my partner isn't my number one.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not completely loyal.
Yeah.
And that's a big one for me.
And then now you know your boyfriend is just going to be, like, who else are they going to do it to? You're so right.
Yeah.
Like, you can't live happily like that.
Like, if you're not okay with them going up to somebody on the street and touching them up and saying things to people, then why would you be okay with it on Instagram?
Yeah, exactly.
That's gross.
That's really weird.
It's gross. If you can't control yourself.
Not a normal thing, like,
get out.
Exactly. And then kind of like something that leads from that is when somebody's actions don't match their words. You know, when they say one thing and they're doing another. To me, like, so many people do that these days. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
I fell for it before. I've done it myself.
Yeah.
You know, like when they're saying, I think it's funny, like there's so many memes online too of like women who their boyfriends are doing that. They're liking pictures online, and then there's like memes of what their boyfriends have said as an excuse, and it's just funny to look at them, and it's just like, oh, I didn't even know she was dressed like that. Or
Yeah, it's like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah, like, just be honest. If you haven't done something yet, just be honest about it. If you haven't gotten to something, if you don't know how to do something, just be honest. There's nothing wrong with having lack.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with coming from a place of not understanding, or...
There's nothing wrong with that.
You know, and I think that can go into weaponized incompetence, too. Some people, like, they, you know, they'll... Just when you say one thing and you do another, like, that's just, like, what's your other motive? There's another motive there.
It's like, how can I trust you?
Yeah.
You know, how can I trust your ability to get things done, your ability to tell me you're going to do something
and
you're going to go do it?
You? Exactly. Like, we need to be honest. We need to be completely transparent with each other. Because otherwise,
like, I don't trust you to do things, and then I'm going to just, you know, be fed up with you all the time, and we're going to get nasty to each other.
Exactly. Our words need to match our actions.
Yeah, for sure.
You be honest with each other. Yeah.
I like that one. My turn. Okay. Whoa. Here it is. Emotionally unavailable and unstable.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Like, if I'm crying, you can't just sit there like a rock.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you also can't be triggered by it and be like, well, I don't know what you want me to do.
It's so inhuman. It's so inhuman.
Like, come on, talk me through it. Give me advice. Like,
let's
talk about it together. Let's, like, expand on this.
Let's just,
you know, help each other.
Hug each other. Let's, like...
Let's not be scared of it.
Yeah.
And also, like, along with the emotional unavailability, I also said unstableness. There's no way I'm going to be with an emotionally unstable person or even a friend.
Yeah.
Because my least favorite thing is when people lash out and get angry at little things.
Yep.
And they can't handle their emotions in minorly stressful situations. And they can't work through their anger or their anxiety as well. And it's just so unstable. So it puts you on an unstable mat, and you're like, whoa. Like, we can't, you know, things are getting way too crazy right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to
100%.
be around somebody who's always, like, freaking out and getting angry. Like, at least for me, that is just so triggering.
You can't, you know, it's not, your peace of mind just gets robbed. Even in the moments that feel good, it's just, you know, things could go like that, and it's just wrong. It's just, like, doesn't feel good at all just to be around them.
Exactly. Like, I like to be around people who, like, if they're feeling
you can
some sort of bad way, they'll express it to you and say, hey, I'm feeling really anxious about this right now.
In respect. In a respectful
and be
way.
aware that they're feeling it instead of just lashing out, getting angry, taking it out on you.
Exactly.
You gotta have your emotions in line.
Yeah.
At least. 90% of the time.
Exactly. You can't just
90% of the time, at least.
You can't let your heart take the wheel. Like, you have.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can let yourself feel it. Let yourself feel it, but then express it with your brain. You know, express it with, like,
Yeah.
you know, who's in front of me? What's the situation?
Yes.
If I really do need help, like, I need help right now. Who can I go to? How can I, you know, get.
Like, trust me that I can help you. Don't just, you know, freak out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It just, like, puts me on edge.
It'll get figured out. It'll get figured out.
Yeah, it just puts me on edge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sorry.
Yep.
See you later. You know what? I'm here to help you, but if you're going to just, you know, not sort through it with me, I gotta go, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I just had another one in my head that I was like, oh, yeah, and then this, but I forget.
Maddie's turn.
Okay. Oh, I want to remember what I was just talking. What you, I
Maybe
like.
it'll come
You said
back.
something that I was like, oh, and then this, but I forget.
Okay.
I forget. But okay, another one. So like pretty much, like say you express to somebody, I don't want this, and then that thing happens. Like boundaries
like not
being
respecting
broken.
your boundaries.
Yeah, boundaries being broken.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a small thing, and it's not about the actual thing. It's about its bigger picture.
This goes for like relationships and friendship relationships too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
like if you know, I say, I don't know, it could be anything. I say, oh, I don't want to go. I don't know. It could be something stupid. I don't want to go to the bathroom without you.
Yeah.
Like, and you genuinely mean that, you have to honor that as a friend.
Yeah.
Even as a boyfriend or girlfriend. Or like, what's a realistic one?
Like, I don't like you.
Or yeah, can you not correct me in front of
Yeah.
Can you not correct me in front of I don't
all
know.
of our friends or something?
Yeah, exactly. Or
And then
say
they
that
don't
in front of
respect that. Yeah.
and if they don't respect that, then that's, you know, they don't respect you.
Yeah. Or
They
like,
don't.
hey, don't call me that word.
Yeah,
That's
and
not
then
okay.
it truly shows them how much they care. It shows you how much they care about you and how much they value you. If they valued you and they cared to even listen, they would hear that, take it to heart, and say, okay, you're right. I'm going to do what you want.
Or like, hey, I don't like you going out to the bar every weekend. Like, it kind of like makes me, you know, it doesn't align with my values, and it's just kind of like not cool. Like, I don't really respect that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, and you know, see how they respond to those things, you know?
Yeah, it's really, see how they respond to those things. That's important. Because you don't want to, you know, begging for something. You can't beg for something. You don't beg.
Yeah.
Because then you're giving your power to them, and it's just like, your words have no power anymore.
You should never have to beg.
Exactly.
That's just stupid.
So if you say one thing and they don't respect that instantly, what else are they going to disrespect?
Yeah.
You know?
Like, do they respect how you see the world and what you need and what you feel?
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And then also, like, you gotta be able to respect what they say, too. Though.
Exactly. It comes both ways.
You really gotta go
there's
both
that
ways.
mutual respect.
Yeah.
I think me and you are very good at that. Like, really, it takes a very listening, open ear.
Yeah.
You have to put your pride down because...
And don't get triggered so easily.
Yeah. Sometimes someone could come to you and they'll tell you a boundary that you don't understand, like, at all. You're like, I would never feel that way about this, or I would never look at it that way. But you have to hear them out because that's their personal experience. You know, you have to be like, yep, okay. Yeah. You have to see it from their shoes. It's hard sometimes.
Exactly. You have to see it from their shoes. Like, a good one is, like, if your boyfriend's like, hey, like, I wouldn't want you to wear this certain kind of dress out, you know, to a bar or like without your friends or without me because I don't feel comfortable with you going out. At first, as a woman, you're like, why would you ever tell me what to wear?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you are not in charge of that. That is disgusting that you would ever tell me that.
Yeah.
But then, actually, they care about your well-being and how disgusting men might take advantage of you.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're caring about your protection and how you carry yourself. So, like, it all depends on, like, you know, you can't just assume, you can't be self-centered in that way. You know, you got to look at it from their shoes and be like, this person's actually saying this because they genuinely care about me.
Yeah, there's normally something you just don't understand yet.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's almost always, like, about, you know, the betterment. It's almost always about, like, you know, if someone comes to you about something that they're upset about, it's about something to get you higher to another level of like of relationships or just even individually.
Yeah.
you know, as a person. They care about your well-being. They care about
You got to be able to work as a team in a relationship or it's going to crumble.
right, exactly.
You know, you got to give
That's
and
such a moment
tug.
to like, if they come to you about something, that's such a sacred
so
moment.
vulnerable. Why would you
Yeah.
Why would you punish something that you wish to see
Exactly.
that you wish to see happen again? Why would you
Exactly.
punish something that you wish to see happen again? Like why would you get angry at something that it's
Like a
like
positive moment.
Actually, they're being vulnerable with me. So now that I'm getting mad at them for being vulnerable with me, now they're not going to be vulnerable with me anymore.
Right,
and
exactly.
Our connection is going to diminish.
Destructing.
Like, it's not all about you.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
You got to be able to give
and
you know.
Exactly. And in that exact moment, like, it's so hard to hear that from a man, say like,
Yeah.
hey, maybe you should dress a little bit differently. But like, it's because, number one, like, men understand how nasty men can be and how like scary and evil the world can be, that we don't see that sometimes because we're women. And then also, like, even if, you know, we just filmed, what did we just film?
Beauty Beyond the Mirror.
Yeah, exactly. So like, the modesty is a beautiful thing. The
Yeah.
power behind your body is a beautiful thing, and it's just like, for you to not give that away right away,
Yeah.
and for a man to also see that and cherish it,
Yeah.
that's so important. And I would want to honor that and like
respect your partner and respect that they are who you're loyal to.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like, dressing immodestly is like, you know, not very loyal in my opinion.
I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you. It's respecting even just yourself too,
Yeah.
and the power you have as a woman, the sacredness and the purity that you have as a woman.
Yeah.
You know, that's gorgeous.
It's like, would you like if your man went out shirtless and put his arm around a girl? You know what I mean? Like,
or even just going out and like, the other way around would be a man just giving all these women what they want.
Yeah, like flirting with them.
Giving money or giving gifts or giving rides or giving, like, you wouldn't want your man
Yeah.
doing that. It goes the other way.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want your woman, like, putting herself in a position to be viewed by all these men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah, because you can't stop these men from thinking what they're gonna think. Like, I'm sorry, like, that's never ever ever.
There's
gonna
always
happen.
gonna be,
You can't.
you know, those couple apples that just don't know how to control their heart and just fall for the temptation.
It's true. So we gotta watch out for those things, you know?
Exactly.
Your turn.
Okay, my turn. I don't know which one I want to do next. Okay. Hot and cold behavior. So like one day, you know, they're
This
like,
goes along with the emotionally unstable thing, right?
yeah, 100%. Like, you know, totally just giving into their heart. Like,
Yeah.
not even like, you know, just like not even being aware of what they're going through or being able to express it. You're so right.
Yeah.
This totally goes into your heart. Like hot and cold behavior. One day giving you so much love, and the next day just completely
neglecting you.
Yep, exactly.
They're like not consistent.
Yep,
Inconsistency.
I don't like
It's
that.
like a trauma response or something.
It is. It is a trauma response.
Like, what is that? That's
they
like,
like don't know whether to give you love or to give you, you know.
it's like avoidant attachment style.
That's exactly what it is.
Where you're like, oh my gosh.
It's
Where like
so
your
sad.
parents gave you too much love one day and then they neglected you the next, and then
Like,
you
hard.
took on that anxiety and you were like, oh my gosh, this is how I'm learning how to love now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's dangerous.
So dangerous.
You
Yikes.
can't be like that. You gotta be on the same page.
Yeah.
You gotta be
Oh my
consistent.
gosh, yeah.
Same page.
I gotta know who I'm being with.
aware. Oh,
I gotta know
man.
who I'm hanging out with.
I gotta know the plans, baby. I gotta know the plans.
Tell me who you are, man.
I gotta know the plans, because if I don't know the plans, I don't, you know, there's no path to walk on.
Zero path. Okay, one of mine is self-centeredness. I
This is a good one.
cannot be with somebody who is obsessed with themselves.
Yep.
And who puts themselves before others.
Yep.
That is just really unattractive to me. And I didn't know that until I met Devin, because Devin is very giving. He's very, like, he'll always put others before himself. He offers himself to people, and he's
Yeah.
very kind and genuine. And it's a game changer.
Yeah.
It really is. Like,
Wow.
I don't want to be with somebody who, you know, cares about what they look like above anything else.
Yep.
And, like,
You're so
does
right,
things
Mary.
only for their own meaning, and has
Yep.
relationships that are so transactional because they're always thinking about what they can get from the relationship.
Yes.
Like, you can't be self-centered.
Right. That's so important.
Like, stop worrying about what you look like. Stop
Yeah.
being weird in that way. Like, don't worry about your social hierarchy. Like, worry about how good you are as a person to other people.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's attractive.
Exactly.
That's what's attractive. That's real character.
Exactly. And if you think about it too, like, how is a man going to be a father if he can't put somebody else before himself?
Literally.
That's what a father does, is
He's a servant.
he does hard work for the betterment of the family. So how can he do that if he's putting himself above everybody else?
Amen.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Like, no wonder. And even for relationships too. Like, you don't want, your friend to be super absorbed in themselves and,
Yeah.
they don't care about you or their family. Like, those
Exactly.
people just turn into nasty people because everything's transactional. They only care about what they can get for themselves.
Exactly, Mary.
It's not cute.
It's not cute, and there's no intimacy, there's no love.
Yeah. Like, there's no empathy too sometimes.
It's not like
people lack empathy in that way.
It's like a robotic relationship. It's like so like...
It's like, ew, you really care?
Capitalistic in a way.
Mm-hmm. So transactional.
So capitalistic, so about the views and the looks and the money and the fame and like so much about like
it's
water
like,
break.
No, thank you. I need a leader, please.
This one's kind of like, this one's a little bit like situational. There's not like an underlying thing, but like microaggressions. Like, I don't know, maybe just being like pessimistic.
Oh, yeah.
That's
just a really good one.
Just being like, talking about like, say you say something and like all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Or like, well, I do it this way.
You're so right.
Like very like not open-minded, very closed off, very like
negative.
Yeah. I don't know how to explain it really. But like the microaggressions,
like they don't have a bigger view of things that could be.
Yeah, like being very triggered and like I think it's called contentment. I don't know. But like just being so triggered over things and just like, why can't you just sit down and listen?
Yeah.
Instead of having all these like formed ideas already. Take a break for a second.
Totally.
Take a break, just listen.
Open your mind a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Like I need someone who's gonna be
don't be so prideful that you can't listen to other ideas and
exactly.
And like maybe think of things that you don't know yet but can be possible. Think about what you can do. Be a little bit more optimistic.
Right. Like it's so hard for me to have just a simple conversation with someone who already knows everything about the world. And already has made an opinion about everything, and that opinion's not going to change.
They already took form in something. Like, be a little bit more like, you got to be able to squeeze through the cracks a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to be able to adjust. Because those kind of people in bad and hard situations are not going to be fun to resolve problems.
You're so right, because if it's a big,
they're unshakable.
Exactly. And if it's unshakable and it's such a rock that you can't move, what if you need to move that rock?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Their pride is just going to be so defensive.
You can't.
And it's going to be hard to work with. They're going to be such a difficult person.
Exactly.
I totally
I need
resonate
someone
with that
who's
one.
gonna like, yeah.
They gotta like work with what they're given.
Be open-minded.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I give you a stick and a rock, make a robot.
Exactly. How you gonna do it? It's not, oh no, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Just try. Microaggressions, Okay, your turn.
When life gives you lemonade, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
When life gives you lemonade, make water.
Yes.
You can, by the way.
So I wrote down clinginess. And like, this is totally not like the good kind of clingy where it's like, I love you, like, I want to be around you, like we always want to be around each other in like a positive way. I'm talking about like trauma clingy.
Right.
Like, oh, we hung out for the past 3 days and you're gonna go hang out with your friends, like shame on you. We should only be hanging out with each other. Like, respect that your partner has friends. That's a good thing. You shouldn't be with each other 24/7. That's codependency.
Exactly.
And if you're not okay mentally without the person that you need the most right next to you at all times, then you have a problem.
Right.
They're filling a void for you.
A void. And then without them, and if they leave and you go, oh no, like I feel empty, I feel like a piece is missing, this is not right, I don't feel okay, that's the void.
Yeah.
And it's scary because you don't know what it's like. You don't know what that hole is, but you gotta go there. You gotta go there.
I used to be in a relationship like that where we were together a lot and it just wasn't good. And I remember one time hanging out with my friends and like I just remember feeling this guilt inflicted upon me because I knew that me being gone was inflicting on his emotions, and he was subtly making me feel guilty for not being around him, and his whole mood would be brought down if I wasn't with him, and he made that very known. And so I was like, oh my goodness, like, I gotta like make sure that I upkeep his emotional, I gotta regulate his emotions by being with him, because I don't want him to feel sad. And so it put this guilt on me and this shame, and like it just got so codependent.
That's not your responsibility. No.
Like, you should be two whole units who make each other's life better.
That's, I think, something people forget so much these days. It's not your responsibility to make your partner feel better.
No.
You can't. That's not how things work.
No.
You know?
It's not. It's just gross. Like, if you're like always needing to, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm too secure in my own life, and I love all parts of my life where I don't want to be around you all the time. Like, I have other things I want to do. I have friends. I have my family. And if you're begging to be around me 24/7, that tells me that you don't care about your own life. We don't have the same values.
And you
so
don't
I'm
care
gonna say
about my
bye.
life too. Exactly.
Yeah, and you don't care about my life and my privacy.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. And you're just, that's like a human thing, you know? You don't care about my humanness.
Yeah. And it's telling me that you don't have a life other than me, and that's not cute either.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I want you to have something else.
I find so much joy of like seeing someone else like have all these cool friendships and these cool relationships and these cool like
something
things
they're
that
passionate about other than me. Like, I want you to pursue other things.
That's so attractive.
So attractive.
It's so attractive to have like, this person is a well-developed human outside of me, and I want to watch that. Like,
me too.
I get the ability to like,
I want them to invest in their hobbies.
Yeah, exactly.
I want them to be able to say, you know what, I think I actually want to hang out with my friends tonight.
Yep.
I'm like, you know what? Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'll do something that then I'll charge
the time
my battery.
to like do things that I haven't done for a little bit.
I'll do these forms that I need to do. I'll work on the, I'll do some editing. Like,
I'll go do things that I enjoy too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind. I have other things that are good in my life besides you that I still like to put my time into.
Right, exactly. Exactly. It just uplifts the entire quality of everybody's lives. And then when you go back to them, you get to talk about what happened.
Yeah.
Builds
character, builds your relationship.
You learn in times of silence, in times of alone. Like, codependency can be dangerous. It's really scary.
So it's easy.
We should make a whole podcast about that.
Yeah, we'll be making one about that. So
yeah,
stay tuned.
Maybe like right after this. Too.
Yeah, honestly. Okay.
No, but is it your turn or my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay. I think I have one more.
Okay, I have one more too.
Okay, this one I think this is more so like a friendship one. When people switch up around others, even if it's like, especially it's most easily seen like around bosses or people of power. So like when you have a coworker, and then all of a sudden like your other coworker or your boss walks in, and all of a sudden they're completely different, and it's just like, bro, like, what? You were just treating me completely differently 5 minutes ago. Yeah. And it's just like, okay, like, now you've just literally given me such a snapshot into your brain of how much you put them on a pedestal, and then how much you want their power so bad, and it's just like,
and if that means treating my friend like you, like crap in front of them,
right,
to make me look better for them,
right,
then it doesn't matter, because how they view me is more important than our relationship.
Exactly. That's so wrong to me.
It's so weird.
It's so weird, and it's just like,
it is wrong.
That's part of the transactional stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's so transactional. That's so like, that's robotic.
Yeah, it's like, I want a friend who's gonna stick up for me if somebody's talking bad to me to them.
Right. It tells me what you value. It
Do
tells
you have
me
my
like,
back?
Yeah, exactly. Like, can I rely on you?
Is this a genuine relationship, or is it just all based on hierarchy? Like, what's going on?
It's so funny how we're talking like
we're like getting so into
and
it.
like, it's just not even funny. Literally. No, but like, it's a serious thing. I've totally worked with people before that are just like, and even just people like, oh my gosh, like, dude, just be real, just be yourself.
Yeah, it's like, be friends with everybody.
You keep saying this throughout the podcast. Don't be afraid to be seen.
Yeah, no.
Do not be afraid. Be yourself. Like, goodness.
Be kind to people, even if somebody else doesn't like the person you're talking to. That doesn't matter. you know, your reputation doesn't depend on like who you're talking to and how cool everybody is. It's like, come on, grow up a little bit.
Totally
You're your own person.
Tells me who you value and what you value. You value fame. You value what people look
think
like
about you.
You value how people are viewing you so much to the point where you're ready to put me down in front of somebody else.
Big red flag.
And it's just big red flag.
Okay, I got one more.
Okay, sweet.
This kind of goes on, we kind of mentioned it when I said the clingy one, but not pursuing your own personal goals. We kind of touched on that one, but like, big one.
Big one.
You gotta have your own life besides me.
And kind of like words and actions, if your words don't match with your actions, if you say you're gonna start going to the gym.
Yeah.
Where are you? Go. Yeah. And like, if you're not honoring that, if you're betraying yourself in that way, like, don't betray yourself.
Yeah.
You know, if you made a promise to yourself, hold that promise, because it's so important. You're gonna like, it almost like you don't understand it when you like break a promise to yourself in that moment. You don't understand it, but that holds weight in your spirit. It holds weight. And like, if you're betraying yourself all the time, you know, it's like telling yourself you don't care. Yeah. And you have to tell yourself you care. You have to have these, you know, these ritualistic like moments in your day that you know, prove to yourself you care. You prove to yourself you're capable. You prove to yourself that you can get up and you can do it. You got to do that stuff for yourself.
You sure do. And
for others too.
I want to be with somebody like that. You know, I want to be with somebody who cares about what they're doing, who sticks to things, who can pursue really cool goals and teach me about things. And I find that very attractive. You know, I'm sure everybody does. Like, I don't want somebody who's lazy, who sits in bed all day and is just pessimistic, and they're like,
or not keeping up with the responsibilities in your life. You know what I mean?
Feeding off of you and your passions. You know,
I need someone who keeps up with the responsibilities and like is genuinely like making moves in their life that are gonna affect the future in a positive way. Like, are you thinking about the future? I need you to think about the future, because if I am, and I'm thinking about a future with you. Like, what are you doing?
If they're not doing anything, then it's like, you know, you gotta be able to challenge me to do better. We challenge each other to be better. Yes. By raising ourselves up. We're gonna raise ourselves up together. We're gonna read books together. We're gonna, you know,
go to church and go to the gym
experience things,
go to school.
Learn things together.
Yeah, exactly.
Raise yourself up, man. And that's it for today.
Yes.
So I hope you guys liked that one.
Red flags.
That was a good one.
That was a really fun one.
Let us know if you liked it, and we'll have to do a green flags one too.
Yeah, we should. That's a good one.
Let us know if you want to hear green flags.
Exactly. And if you have any other red flags, like, put them down below, because
we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Red flags we didn't do like any situational things. Like, there's definitely like in the moment, like, oh, when they do this in the moment, or if they respond in a certain way.
Yeah, these are pretty broad.
They were pretty broad. But they're still true. They are true. And like, it's, you know, you want to look out for these things when you're dating. Because, definitely. Or even, you know, wanting a new friendship. Because
look out for these things for real.
Because we've
dealt with this.
We've been through it. It can determine whether or not your relationship's going to be long term or not. Because
literally.
If every single one of these things, if you can't check off every single one of these things as, okay, they don't do this, they don't do this, they don't do this. If there's just one,
you gotta talk about it.
Look into it, talk about it, you know, get serious. And love can be a drug. Yeah. Love can be a drug.
Oh, sure.
I felt like that before.
Yeah, me too. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's easy to be codependent.
Very.
It's easy to forget about yourself.
Exactly.
And we'll have to do an episode on that too.
It's a hard pill to swallow. It's, you know, who wants to realize somebody's not the way you thought they were.
Ugh. What a sad feeling.
It's so bad. So we feel for you if, you know, if this did trigger you. We're kind of sorry.
But honestly,
But it's for the better. Exactly. That's another thing I was just about to say, is a constructive criticism, bringing up a way that someone can be better, is not an attack. It's an act of love. And you gotta, in those relationships, when you bring up something that you want them to be better, that's another, a red flag would be how do they respond? Yeah. Do they respond negatively? If you bring up something in a respectful, positive way, and you say, I care about you, yeah, if I care about you, you should be doing this better, or
Yeah.
you know,
But,
try
like, hey,
try
you
it this
haven't
way.
been in the gym, you know.
Yeah, or you're sleeping in a lot, or like, you know, this or that. You know, it's not like, you know, it's not an attack.
Everything doesn't have to be an attack.
It's an act of love.
True. So we're being honest.
Exactly. And maturity, you're going to have, like, maturity is realizing that
Let's check
mean
ourselves,
well.
too.
They mean well. Yeah, check yourselves. Exactly.
Because I know I've been like this before. I've had these red flags.
It's
me,
easy.
myself.
It's so easy to become triggered from it. It's so easy to be triggered.
So easy.
But that takes vulnerability. So, yeah.
Thanks for listening. And we will see you in the next one.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.